there's only one time you look handsomer than you do now, and that's when you wear a tuxedo.
Oh, yes. I think a tuxedo is the best-looking thing a man can wear.
Everyone remembers Lucille Ball. But what about the woman who stood right beside her, laughing, crying, and holding the show together? Vivian Vance played Ethel Mertz, Lucy's best friend on I Love Lucy.
Oh, Ethel, darling, you do look stunning. You look divine, darling.
Yet behind the applause and the comedy, her own life was full of secrets, heartbreaks, and a final confession before she passed away.
During that time, I consider the years I spent on I Love Lucy to be perhaps the biggest rip-off of my career.
For years, she stayed silent about what really happened on set, how she truly felt about her co-stars, and what I Love Lucy did to her personal life. But before the end, she finally revealed the truth, and it shocked everyone. Born in Cherry Vale, Kansas, and raised in a strict religious family, Vivian's passion for acting was never supported by her mother, who told her acting was sinful. But Vivian refused to let that stop her, sneaking out at night to chase her dreams. She eventually left home, changed her last name, and began performing in local theaters. Soon, the community believed in her so much that they raised money to send her to New York. There she struggled at first, working in chorus lines and nightclubs just to survive. But slowly her talent shined, and she made it to Broadway, appearing in shows like Anything Goes and Let's Face It, where her performance was praised and her career finally began to rise. Still, her life was not without pain. She suffered breakdowns, unhealthy relationships, and years of emotional scars from a strict father who had made her fearful of men. Even so, she kept fighting. By the late 1940s, she had moved to California, trying her luck in films and theater. But nothing compared to what came next. In 1951, she was offered the role that would change everything. Ethel Mertz on I Love Lucy. At first, Lucille Ball was unsure, because Vivian was beautiful, confident, and close in age. But Vivian transformed herself into the frumpy neighbor that Lucy needed, and together they created one of television's most legendary duos. Yet, behind the camera, things were tense. Vivian's on-screen husband. William Frawley was more than 20 years older, and after she once called him too old to play her husband, he never forgave her. Their rocky relationship continued off-screen, even though audiences adored their chemistry. Still, the role brought her fame, an Emmy Award, and a place in television history. But it also trapped her. People called her Ethel wherever she went, and she longed to prove she was more than that character. As the years passed, she reunited with Lucille Ball on several shows and specials, their friendship sometimes strained by business or misunderstandings, but always rooted in deep love and respect. Vivian herself once said, Lucy pulled her along and made her work harder than she ever wanted to. And though people believed they hated each other, the truth is they were real friends who balanced one another on and off screen. While her career shined, her personal life remained complicated. She married 4 times. Some husbands jealous, some distant, and some simply not the right match. It wasn't until her last marriage that she finally found true support and peace. Then, in the 1970s, came another battle: cancer. She continued to work in commercials and TV films whenever she could, but her health slowly declined. Still, she gave one last performance with Lucille in 1977's Lucy Calls the President before saying goodbye to the screen forever. On August 17, 1979, Vivian Vance passed away at just 70 years old. Her death devastated those who loved her. Desi Arnaz mourned not only a great artist, but one of his best friends. Her family donated her Emmy to the little theater where it all began. And Lucille Ball herself later said when she watched old reruns, she spent her time looking at Viv, calling her sensational. Today, her legacy lives on, honored with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and remembered in documentaries, films, and stage plays. But beyond the myths and gossip, Vivian Vance was much more than Ethel Mertz. She was a fighter, a pioneer, and a woman who made the world laugh while carrying pain of her own. Her story is one of courage, talent, and resilience. So what surprised you the most about Vivian Vance's life behind the scenes? Do you think she received the credit she truly deserved beyond I Love Lucy? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for more untold stories of Hollywood's most fascinating stars. Until next time.